Hello, welcome. What you're about to see is not for the faint-hearted. What you're about to see is what I like to call the scary doors. Good luck. Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Underdog Eats, I'm confused, and I watched episode 13 from the Twilight shit. No, not the Twilight shit, the Twilight Zone. I said that I would do a double episode, but yeah. I want to, enjoy my last of day. So, you get this episode, and then you get Food Loose in the evening, and tomorrow you get episode 14 from the Twilight Zone. Yes, I know that I'm not really consistent with the Twilight Zone, but we're definitely gonna finish it, don't worry about that. We're gonna finish it. We're gonna watch the whole shit. We're gonna watch the 2022 version. We're gonna watch the 2019 version. We're gonna watch Tales from the Crypt. So, don't worry. All the Twilight Zone are definitely coming. Tales from the Crypt is a bit of a will it, won't it, but definitely Twilight Zone. So let's just start with the Twilight Zone, shall we? From yesterday. We're inside somewhere. We're inside somewhere, and the elevator opens up. We see people coming out, and we see a bit of the store. It's around Christmas time. It's the day before Christmas, and it's 4:42 p.m. Yeah, p.m. And a guy, he changed a little clock, to 4:45. And I think a manager comes up, and he asks why he's changing it, and or where the Santa is. He answered, and then he got a bit chewed out by the manager. Then we see Santa standing in a bar asking for another drink. And we're gonna leave it at that, because if you want to know what's gonna happen next, watch the episode yourself. The first story was definitely a good story. And there was a part where he did the Santa gave out presents, and the manager of the store, he came up to over, why did you get these presents? You work here for, you work for 3 weeks, for my store, and I'm definitely, I'm probably sure that you were stealing, stolen presents and all, blah, 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 blah. Really? Where's your proof that it's your stuff? He has to prove that it's his stuff, but where's your proof that it's your stuff? You don't have proof either. So, that was a bit questionable, but it was definitely a good story. The second story, also a good story. There was about a secretary that had to make 35 copies before she left. It was time to leave, and her boss said, okay, before you leave, can you make 35 copies of this? And then he leaves himself. Dude, you have a secretary to help your assistant, to help you with stuff that you can't do because you don't have the time for it. You have definitely the time for this because you are leaving yourself right now. So how about you do it yourself? How about that, Because you don't need a secretary for stuff that you can do yourself if you have the time for it, The fuck is this? So, he was kind of a dick, but it was definitely also a good story. The third story was kind of meh. The first two really fit in with the Christmassy stuff, because the second story was also around Christmas, but the third story was not even with Christmas. So, it was kind of a sore thumb, that was standing out. The last story was kind of meh, so, that was a bit too bad. But overall, the episode was pretty good actually. But I will give the high 3, low 4, because the first story really, I have to give it less points because of the first story. But definitely the first 2 stories was definitely good, and were given this episode of 4 out of 5, but you know, because of that it gets high 3, low 4, but I'm also gonna leave that. Leave likes, recommend a good show down below in the comments, subscribe to the channel, come join Discord, and see you guys later for Footloose. And tomorrow for, I think, Witchport and the 14th episode of Twilight Zone. Sorry, but you get tomorrow. Bye.